Hi, everybody. It's Michael Condon representing the TooMedToo Star Wars Network. We've got your fix, and this is the septic tank. Plans changed a little bit because of life. I talked to a few people, and we were going to do a little bit of maybe some Hamilton action, but I haven't watched the episode yet, so we're not doing it. Or episode. I haven't watched it yet, so we're not doing it because the boss says she wants to watch it. So it is what it is. And I was gonna pick another movie, but I thought if we're gonna do another movie, I should do a little planning on it so I can pull stuff out and see what's going on. Rudy, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. So we decided. I decided not to do Hamilton, which I put a vote out in the Twitterverse, and Hamilton's actually the one that won. So I was like, okay, it's the new thing going on. We'll do a little Hamilton, and then once I decided not to do Hamilton, I have no idea what I'm getting here. What the hell is Pluto TV? So I have a, what the fuck do you call it? A Fire Stick in the bedroom, but in the living room I have it's not a TiVo, I don't know what the hell it's called, whatever the other one is. But for some reason, every once in a while, like when I go to click on stuff, it doesn't have my things on there. It has other people's things on there. Like, I have no idea. I don't know what this Pluto is. I don't know who pays for it, but I got Pluto now. The other day, my Netflix wasn't my Netflix. It was somebody else's Netflix coming in. So I just watched a bunch of different shit on there. It made it look really weird for him. It's happened quite a few times. But all right, let's see if we can get out of here. Mr. Rez is here and Chris King is here. So yeah, today, just don't really know anybody. The link's on there if anybody wants to hop in here and say hello. Now I can't even get my freaking TV to work. Star Trek: The Next Generation. Who watches that? But yeah, so once again, what's this yo-yo stuff going on? But and I wasn't going to do anything. I was just, so while I was on the stream for Radio Rebellion, I had my earphones in and the phone was in the bedroom, and I walked into the kitchen and I lost sound, and I was like, okay. I was like, all right, what's going on? I must have just walked too far, because sometimes, I can walk all the way in the back room. Sometimes I don't lose connection. Sometimes I walk in the kitchen and it stops. I walk in my phone, it's just completely blank. There's no lights on. It was on the charger. It said it was charging, but my phone didn't say it was charging. So I was like, oh shit. Radio Rebellion finished, and I ran to the corner to Verizon, and I took my phone, and I was like, all right, here you go. And there were a couple of fucking idiots, man. They were just trying to sell me a phone. They're like, what's wrong? So they take a look at it and they're like, okay, well, you need a new one. I was like, well, what's wrong with it? Well, we don't know, but we did a diagnostic check and your phone doesn't work anymore. And I was like, well, okay, what's wrong with it? Like, if you ran a diagnostic check, you'd be able to tell me what's wrong with my phone. And they're like, well, it could be the screen, it could be this and that or whatever, but what phone did you want to get? I was like, well, I want you to tell me what's wrong with my phone so I know if it can be fixed or not. There's a couple of douchebags trying to sell me a phone. And then they're like, oh, that deal that you saw online last week isn't valid anymore because this. I was like, well, what do you mean? It's, good for the rest of the month. $300 off. The phone an S20 Ultra or whatever. It's like $1,500. But then you get $300 off for ordering it online, so that brings it down to $1,200. And then you get your trade-in value for it. And I was like, okay. And then, so there's that option. Well, no, that won't work for you. What you need to do is get it in the store here. And I was like, dude, you guys are just full of shit, man. And they're like, well, we can order it for you now. And I was like, no, dude, you guys are ripping me off. No. I was like, fuck you. Get the wait. Give me my phone back. I'm out of here. So that was that's what happened. So I was like, well, I don't know if my computer's gonna last because my other computer's in the shop. It's just everything going on, and then just stupid fucking people in my family pissing me off, and I call them out for their stupid bullshit. And everybody else is like, oh, you can't talk that way to family members. Blah, blah. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. If you're being a fucking asshole, it doesn't matter who you are. I'm going to call you out for it. And the thing that even gets me even more is people are more upset of what I say. I told the person to fuck off. They're more upset that I wrote that everybody now can see in the world who's friends with me on Facebook, that because then it's not going to be the perfect Leave It to Beaver family, instead of the fact that the person was being a fucking heartless asshole, and I called them out on it, and I told them to stop on multiple occasions, and they didn't stop. And so whatever, dude. That's why I got Delilah. She loves her dad. That's all that matters. But it's funny, some of the most opinionated people in my family that I would think would have had a problem with it were just like, they didn't say anything because they know I'm fucking right. When you're equating fucking child death statistics, to not wearing a fucking mask, dude, you're a fucking douchebag. Go fuck yourself. Do I hate you? No, I still love you because you're my fucking family member. Doesn't mean that you're not being a fucking heartless piece of shit. So, oh, we got somebody following us. Eat Tib Pig Oink. Hey, Eat Pig Oink. Thanks for joining us. So, of course, that was the big fucking problem. Then, no one understood my point. Like, you guys are upset with what I said and where I said it. And there wasn't even so much what I said. It's the fact that anybody can now read it on Facebook. Because that was my sister called me, and she doesn't say, the first thing she says to me is, you need to erase that right now. You can't write stuff like that on Facebook. And she starts yelling at me. It's like, well, you need to fucking slow your roll, dude. And so then, like other people are like, well, we've been there for you your whole life. We're going to stop before we say something that we regret and embarrasses you. And I was like, dude, everybody that's on my Facebook page that knows me from when I was, in high school or after that. Everybody knows I used to have a drinking problem. I mean, I probably still do, but I don't drink anymore. Everybody knows I used to do drugs. I don't do drugs anymore. I think pretty much everybody knows that I fucking have, mental illness like pretty much everybody else in my family. But at least I'm the only one that's diagnosed or openly fucking talks about it because, that's the problem with mental illness when everybody fucking hides it and doesn't want to say anything and pretends, whatever. Then, like that's why it has a stigmatism. It's like, I'm bipolar. Okay. Chances are there's other people in my family that are bipolar. I know there are because it can just be anybody, but it's a hereditary thing. And, whatever. And then, of course, like, it's like, what's wrong with him? There must be something wrong with him because he must be drinking again, or he must be doing drugs again, or he's not taking his medicine. No, dude, I called you out for being an asshole. That's all it comes out to. And the fact that no one else can see that, and, that's what the bigger problem is, well, one of the other comments was, well, how he is. So that's justifying? Like, because he's being an asshole, we know he's going to be an asshole. That's justification for just putting up with it. Like, that's an even bigger problem. But, whatever, dude. Okay, so Eat Pig Oink. You want me to tell you a joke? Okay. You just followed me on Twitch. I'm going to let you know, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can link your Amazon Prime account to Twitch, and then you can subscribe to me for free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's included with your subscription. Faders girl, how you doing? I really don't know any jokes. Let's see. What kind of jokes? What kind of jokes can I tell? And normally I'd have it set up that I can go back and forth and check shit. But right now with this, using this little baby notebook while the other one's in the shop, and now I have no phone, and this is my only lifeline. I can't really mess around with it too much, but yeah. So I don't know what kind of big secrets you're going to reveal to the world, family member. Because like, what are you going to tell people? Oh, you were there for me when I needed help. Oh, that's a really good fucking family member, because you're going to throw it in my face that you were there for me when you helped me. Oh, okay. I didn't know we were fucking keeping score. We're supposed to be good family members, right? Yeah, okay. You can stuff that up your fucking ass too. It's like you help out a family member or a friend. I didn't know you were keeping score for it, but I guess you're going to throw that back in my face and then let secrets go. I don't have secrets. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, people in here know, like, I don't have secrets. I talk about shit because this is my therapy. So, like, you're going to threaten me. Oh, okay. Well, guess what, dude? Whatever. But anyways, yeah, that was pretty much my my rant. It was funny because a friend of mine called, hit me up yesterday because they were having a rough day and they wanted to talk about some stuff. And I just kind of fucking went and ran it to them. I'm keeping it clean too. I mean, it's not like this is anything new. This is all fucking on Facebook. So it's just sit there and fucking comment after comment, joke after joke. But whatever, dude. It's like, that's just the whole thing. All right, so let's see a joke. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of. I don't really know any jokes. Anybody got any jokes? Anybody know any jokes? Like, I would have to sit around and think for a while about the jokes, because at one point in time I did know a bunch of jokes, but yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing that's BP here. Thanks for stopping by. But, all right. So what I did do, I'm using my regular camera, not my my good camera or whatever. I was like, what do you guys want? What do you guys want to talk about tonight? Okay, Yeet Pig Oink's got a joke. I'm just gonna call you Yeet from now on because I don't feel like saying your whole name. That's what it comes down to. All right, Yeet, what's your joke? What do you got for us? Type it in there, and we'll see. So, oh yeah, and then another family member went on that thread and started liking comments that I didn't write that other people wrote. And I was like, if you want to keep this going, like, you're the one who, like, said we can't take this anymore. Nobody invited you into the fucking conversation. You decided to put your fucking 2 cents in. Nobody invited you to the conversation. Somebody in my family wrote a meme, and I told them how the meme was fucking wrong, and somebody else comes in and wants to start talking shit, and I'm talking about science, and they're talking about fucking politics, and I tell them stay in their fucking lane. This has absolutely nothing to do with that, and they just keep going and going and going, and then they make a fucking joke about it, and fuck you, dude. I told you to fuck off. Like, that's, yeah, and they're like, we need to apologize. For what? That's how I feel. That's what I said. And they're like, well, I was like, it got my point across. It got them to shut the fuck up, right? Oh, man. People are fucking stupid sometimes. But And they're gonna go watch this. Well, nobody's gonna watch this. Nobody in the family watches this shit. But they're gonna watch this. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you talked about it." What I talk, like, that's what I do, dude. Like, it's called a septic tank. There's warnings all over the place. Mom, don't watch. Not safe for work. But okay, why did the fat guy go to sleep early? I don't know. Why did the fat guy go to sleep early? But what I did do is I didn't see what Chris was saying. Chris is doing laundry tonight. Rose is doing laundry tonight. Somebody's doing laundry. I don't know what's going on. But I'll put this in here if anybody else wants to come back on here and chat. I'm going to stop ranting right now. That was the other thing too. I was at the cardiologist because of my fucking. They were checking my heart because of the fucking COVID, and seeing if I had any heart damage from it. Which I don't. She cleared me. She says just lung damage. So now I'm waiting to go to another appointment with the pulmonologist and the hematologist. And I had my blood pressure done while I was in the middle of this, and it was fine. So it's like, obviously, it's the principle of it, not actual. They're like, you're angry and hateful. No, dude. Because he was playing hard all day. I must be missing something there. Why did the fat guy go to bed early? Because he was playing hard all day. I don't know, man. I must be missing something here. All right, but what I was like, oh, and I was just walking by. I was like, is there something? I don't know if I have that. If I still have that book over here from that asshole. I do. All right, so here we're gonna go back to this book right now. All right, Yeats, get ready to tell us a joke. But what do we got? The 8 deadliest monsters in the galaxy. Why didn't that go? Oh, because. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, like I told you, this computer's on its last. This notebook or whatever the hell computer's on its last legs too. Now my keyboard doesn't work, so when I want to type something, I have to go to the settings, and then I gotta wait for it to go. Still waiting. Still waiting. All right, there we go. Now settings are loading. We should be good soon. I mean, we're still waiting, but at least I got a blue screen now with a wheel. And then I need to go to ease of access. And then that pops open another one. Okay, then I need to go to keyboard. Okay, keyboard. No, that doesn't work. All right, now it's not giving me my keyboard. Why isn't giving me my keyboard, so I can't do anything with it? There we go. Keyboard action. Finally. Nothing. Control. All right, this isn't working at all. I don't know what the hell to do. Do that on there. In order to get my keyboard to work again, I would have to all right, put that there. Control V. Should. No, nothing yet. No, I don't want help. All right. I don't know, man. It's not letting me do it. I guess if you want to. No. It's giving me a help button right over what I need to send this shit. All right, man. I don't know. It's not going anywhere. But all right. So yeah, we were talking in the news about Alden saying that he would be down to do another Star Wars movie. And I just think it's really weird that right before Celebration's coming out, he's saying that. And I don't have any sources. I'm not, a big breaking person or whatever. But I've had a few different conversations with people. And each conversation by itself is innocent. But when you start putting things that may have come up in the conversation or things they can't talk about or oh, there we go. I got it to work. If anybody wants to hop on here. That took me fucking forever. Or, you know, things that they you know, oh, I can't tell you, but you get that little smile, which is like a confirmation or whatever. And you put those together. There's something going on with Solo 2. And, you know, I know everybody's been with the push, make Solo 2 happen, make Solo 2 happen. But, you know, I don't think they haven't started filming it yet. I don't even know if they have a script for it yet. But I think there's something in the works, like they are actually working on it. Or Solo 2 will be happening. They will be making that announcement. I'm pretty sure of that. So, you know, I'm not saying it's going to be next week or the next couple of weeks, but I think that was something that they would have told us at Celebration. Even if the, you know, maybe that was going to be our 2021 movie. Oh, Alberto's here too. Alberto, if you want to hop on here, dude, I posted the link. Mad Max is in here. Mad Max. So yeah, it's just, you know, I mean, you know, once again, it's like I have no insiders and I don't have any information. But you know, when talking with enough people and they're completely unrelated and, you know, they tell you something that at the time, it's like if somebody tells you something and then a couple weeks later somebody else tells you something and they're completely unrelated and then something happens and you're like, oh, okay. You know, if I would have known these two things were related, or this person saying this and this person saying that, you know, and you can put them together, then that's, you know, and I can't say what they are because then if I, you know, talk about what it is, you might know who these people are or who these, you know, whether it's authors or actors or whatever, you know, and, you know, that's what happens when you sit there and you talk to a ton of different people about a bunch of different stuff. And, you know, they might not even know that what they're telling you is that you can use it to get something together. But it's, you know, and it could be Solo 2 could be comic books. I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to be a movie or a Disney Plus series. I'm just saying that there is something in the works for Solo 2. And, you know, did someone from Lucasfilm tell me that? No, but I've had conversations with enough people that, you know, once again, completely unrelated. And, you know, you can kind of put two and two together. It's like, you know, when you go and you canvass a neighborhood, if you're a cop, you take this little bit of evidence and this little bit of evidence and this little bit of evidence and this little bit of evidence, and you put them together, and that's how you get your, you know, your clues. But, you know, you don't even know they're clues or evidence because you weren't even trying to get them. They just happen to end up that way. So, yeah, that's about it. But all right, let's get to this book. We got this book, the Star Wars Book of Lists. Do not buy this book. It is a complete piece of shit. I still gotta reach out to the author to come on here sometime and let him know what an idiot he is. But this one might actually be good. We haven't had a good list yet. We're on, it doesn't have pages, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I just lost count at 40 because I flipped a bunch of them, so that's 8. So we're probably about 100 pages into the book. We haven't had one good list yet, and we've had probably 3 lists that had 1 or 2 things on there that made sense. For those of you who haven't been here before when we talk about this book, this guy talks about Grievous being one of the most powerful Force users. So it just goes to show you what a fucking idiot he is. The 8 deadliest monsters of the galaxy. The assassin poison worms. Senator Amidala, okay. If you're going to write a book, I'm just saying, if you're going to write a book, you should probably know the name of these worms because they're not called assassin poison worms. If I felt like getting my ass up and going and grabbing one of my books off of the bookshelf, I could tell you what the name of the worms are. Maybe, you know what? Maybe he does say what they are in here. So hang on. Maybe that's to get people to read. Let's see. No, he just tells about what's happening. R2 scans the room. Poison worms. Maybe not the most intimidating thing. All right, let's see. All right, let's see how long it takes me to figure this out. Hang on. Somebody count and let me know when I come back. Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball. All right. Attack of the Clones. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. I just grabbed the first book I saw. So if this goes in order, I just grabbed this book. It's Attack of the Clones. It's just the single one, not the one that has them all on there. Okay. I found it already. I went and grabbed the book off the bookshelf. Not hard to do. Dale, you are correct. Boom. I flipped open a couple pages, and I can't see on the camera on there if you guys can see, but I flipped open a couple pages, and there it is. So forget the fact that you're a horrible author and part of the problem with this world, but you don't even take the time to look up their names. I wouldn't got the book. Dale Googles it. Okay, so let's see. The Wampa. Okay, so once again, these are the deadliest monsters in the galaxy. I don't know if I consider a Wampa a monster. Maybe. That's a whole other debate, but the abominable snowman. He's bigger than a polar bear, more vicious than a shark. We don't know that. Maybe we're going to find out he's just a little teddy bear, and you find out that he was just trying to be nice and doesn't know his own strength. Maybe we'll find that out, because I think we're going to get a Wampa story in a certain point of view. Okay, so maybe. Okay, here's another problem I have. Hey, Andy, how you doing, buddy? Whew. So the first one he doesn't even have the name for. Second one, the Wampa. Still have if we consider it a monster. The next one, this monster. So this is the name of the monster, right? The Sarlacc Pit. Let's see. Thousands of teeth. He has a strong tongue. Okay, so the Sarlacc Pit is not a monster. I think it should be more along the lines of creatures instead of monsters. But we already know he can't write for shit, and he's too lazy to even look anything up because I went and got the book, and it took me 1 minute to find the name of Cahoon's, and Dale Googled it and found it. And the Sarlacc Pit is not a monster or a creature. It is a pit. The Sarlacc is an animal that goes inside the pit or makes the pit. Whatever. Okay. All right. Here's another one. Number 5 for the most deadliest creatures, or I'm sorry, monsters. The Dianoga. First, we have to wonder how the thing attacked Luke and Leia. It's big, dangerous with tentacles and eyes with stalks and feet. Okay. Well, yeah, Andy with the dad jokes. The best part of this is he doesn't call it Dianoga. He calls it the thing in the trash chute. Dude, give me a break. Like, I want to write a book and just be like, you're an idiot, and tell you every reason why, and see if anybody will publish that for me. Okay, here's another one. The Naboo predator fish. That is the name of the monster. So he obviously didn't look anything up because he calls it the Naboo predator fish. Unless I'm wrong, unless they decided not to name this fish that he's talking about. Let's see. No wonder Jar Jar didn't want to go to the submarine. They got attacked by a giant fish. It was eaten by a bigger fish. Then it was eaten by an even bigger fish. You see enough news reports to see about shark attacks. So, yeah, once again, he doesn't name the animal, and he just says a bigger fish by a bigger fish by a bigger fish. Well, which bigger fish is he talking about? Which one's the big monster? Okay. But now, I mean, you got to think with at least a couple of these, you know, he's going to get something right on this list. He has to, because all he has to do is name. All he has to do is name something. He should be right. But let's see. What do they have in here? Oh, that was from. Sorry, yeah, that's wrong movie. But all right, let's see. Oh, this is the one that says the Mandalorian way lives on in the bond between Jango Fett and son Boba. The one, but this is the one, yeah, where it says that his Jango Fett's parents were killed, and he was raised then by Mandalorians. So, all right. So we got to have another one here. Maybe this one he's going to be right on. All right. We have one possible, like we don't even know who he's talking about because he doesn't even call them by the right names. He just makes up descriptions of them. The Geonosian 3. Oh, okay. The Geonosian 3. Deadliest monsters. All right. Let's see the Geonosian 3. What he's talking about here. They're brought to the arena for the execution of Obi-Wan and Anakin and Padme. They didn't get the job done. First, you had the giant mantis thing. Dude, you're writing a fucking Star Wars book. Wikipedia, you find the name. It's 10 feet tall, has 4 legs, and sharp teeth. The teeth like your average vampire. Oh, okay. The teeth like your average vampire. All right, that makes a lot of sense. There was a giant Triceratops bull thing. Okay. Yeah. So, the first one he's talking about is the Acklay. That's the giant vampire thing that he's talking about. Then I think the next one he's talking about is the Reek. He could have plowed through the Great Wall of China. Finally, there was a half lion lizard. That I think he's talking about the Nexu. But what do I know? I'm not writing this book. But you know, that's the whole thing. There's people that are going to go and buy this book and be like, wow, this guy's really right. No, this guy's a tool. Okay, here we go. The Rancor. So he's got to be right about the Rancor. The beast was the size of a building and was kept beneath Jabba the Hutt's palace. They starved it until it was ravenous. I don't know if that's really true or not. And he was a big dude. I guess it depends the size of a building. Anything can be the size of a building. So, all right. And then we have. I didn't even read the rest of it. But he does talk about Jabba's pig guards in here. So Jabba's pig guards. I mean, you claim to be a lifelong Star Wars fan. You should know that they're Gamorrean guards. Even if you don't, look the shit up, dude. Like, it's this book right here. The Star Wars Book of Lists. Not the new one that came out. The new one that came out is pretty freaking banging. I'm going to go over that one of these days. That's in my pile of quick videos to make before I put it on the shelf and, mark it down. But, yeah. So, the next one we have is the Asteroid Monster. How can you top a monster that's so huge? Han and company flew into its mouth and thought it was a cave. Those other monsters, the Minox. See, I guess we have a difference in opinion on what is a monster and what is a creature. Because if it's not a human, that doesn't make it a monster. So this guy put 8 things on the list. He's an idiot because he doesn't know the name of the first one. Wampa. We have to decide if Wampa's a monster or just another creature or an alien. The guy's an idiot because
All right. Can you guys hear me now? Yes, you can hear me. 1, 2, 4. All right, you got me now. Okay. Dude, my headphones died. I got to, I'm gonna have to take these back. I'm supposed to get 9 hours of use out of them. I'm supposed to be able to use them for 9 hours. And I turned them on to do the stream today at 2 o'clock. I used them for an hour then. I've used them for an hour now. I used them for an hour or two here and there, so that about 4 hours, and they died on me. But all right, anyways, all right, let's get back to it. If Patrick, so you know, or whoever else, so this guy, this idiot, we're doing the 8 most deadly monsters. We've already gone over them. He doesn't know the name for number 8, so he just makes up a name. Number 7, Hi, Mom. Thanks for stopping by. Number 6, once again, his monster is a pit. The Sarlacc is the animal or the monster, not the pit. So we still can't give him credit for anything. Number 5, the Thing in the garbage chute. It's a Dianoga. Can't give him credit for that one. New Predator fish. That's not its name. Can't give him credit for that. The Geonosian 3. Can't give him credit for that. The Rancor. All right, we'll put the Rancor up there. And the Asteroid Monster. Once again, no name. So out of the 8, he has 2 possible. That might be possible because he actually put their names on paper. But then you have to figure, are they monsters? Like, we're probably going to be getting some monsters. And this book that's coming up here pretty soon, next week, the 28th, 10 days from now. Patrick, does she have volume on? I'm trying. It says, Mom, don't watch. And I kind of already went on a frickin', I just, swore my brains off that I'll probably be disowned from the family again. Talking about what idiots they are. Well, not all of them, just 1 or 2 specifically, maybe 3. It's like, whatever. But yeah, so once again, a list of his complete crap. And I really thought we had a chance with this one. But I mean, that's like calling a bear a monster. Like, he compares it to a bear. Bear's not a monster, it's an animal, it's a creature. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. So we're going to save this for next week. It's always fun to do one of these. So once again, he's got a list where nothing makes sense, and he didn't even take the time to look stuff up. Let's see. Mr. Rez wants to see what we got in the box today. I'm going to tell you, Mr. Rez, we got some merch. If you all know what this is. All right. Does anyone know what this is? Ooh. And we got another one. Like, I mean, the only thing it did, Dale, was it was fun for us to just talk about what an idiot he was. I mean, that's the only thing that book's good for. And another one of these bad boys.
Hi, I'm Delilah. I'm the cutest puppy in the world.
Let's see, what's this one? Oh, TooMedToo's Bacta tank. And Kylo's here. Kylo, thanks for stopping by, buddy. How you feeling? Yeah, stickers were going to go out. I was going to work on those the other day, and then I had to deal with all that bullshit from freaking idiots that throw things in your face.
Oh, I'm so good to you when you needed it.
Yeah, whatever, dude. If you were there for someone, you wouldn't throw it back in their face. And then threaten to out them. Out me for what, dude? Everybody knows I'm crazy. And there's Nubbies. The little nub. One more in here. One more in here. Yeah, this one just says TooMed on it. And that's it. And no, those aren't stickers. But Dale was right. They are magnets. We got TooMedToo Star Wars Network, Bacta Tank, TooMedToo, and puppy magnets. So, like, you know, like I talked about today in the Holocron house, I was going to read all these comics. Well, tomorrow I got to go figure out what's wrong with my phone because it doesn't work. So I need to go figure out, can it be fixed or do I trade it in? And then, you know, what kind of trade-in value do I get? And, you know, are they going to say, oh, it has to be fixed before, or, you know, you lose the trade-in value on it because it's not working properly? Well, I have insurance. So, you know, the insurance fixes my phone for me. It costs me $100 to get a brand new phone with my insurance if they can't fix my phone. Patrick, I'll be on for 20 more minutes if you're going to come on here. But, you know, it's like if they're going to give me, I don't know how much money they're going to give me for my phone. It's an S8. But even if it's $200 for my phone, see, then it gets tricky. If they're like, well, we're going to give you $200 for your phone if it works. So I got to get the new phone, pay the $100 for it. So I'm up ahead $100. Then I got to wait for them to send me the phone, you know, whatever BS, and then take it back and do it. Or, you know, do I just pay the $100 and I don't know. We got to see what all the options are because I'm really thinking about getting the S20. But now here's the thing. If I stay with the S8 and get a new S8, well, there's the special they have right now is if I get the S8, it's just $100. If I get the S10, I can get a free whatever the hell. It's not an iPad, like a Google Pad or whatever the hell they call that shit. Hang on. I got one of those for free with the upgrade to the S10 because they're trying to get rid of the S10s because they got the S20 come out. They want everybody, get the S20. So I mean, there's that. I can go with the S20 and just call it a day, or I go with the S10, upgrade it, and it's like $20 extra a month, for 2 years, and I get a free Google tablet or whatever the hell it is. Or I stick with the S10 and just buy an iPad, depending on, what the price difference is, how good it is, or Google Pad or whatever. Because I'm going to need something. I got to figure out how this works. When I get the GoPro, I have to have a program on my phone that runs the GoPro and then uses my phone to put it on the internet. So it goes directly to my phone. My phone uploads it to StreamYard or to, whatever. So that's how they do it like that. But then if I'm doing that, if I'm using my phone for that, can I then still have it where I'm talking to you guys like this, where I got you right here and I can see your comments and you're like, okay, go here, go do this, go do that? Or do I need a separate tablet or pad or whatever the fuck you're going to call it for that? So it's like there's a bunch of things going on, a bunch of options. Oh, I forgot to show you. Yeah, so those are my magnets. There's some of those magnets that are going to be going out to. I have some stickers and some magnets and some other things that are going to be going out to patrons. I have some stickers that are going to be going out to some other people. Yeah. And then I have some other things that are going to be going out to other people. And then, I don't know, this is more towards the line of Kylo. So today is the 18th. On 7/20 is when the Funko Pops from GameStop come out. I'm having mine delivered to GameStop instead of my house because even though you get them in without paying any extra money, the regular shipping is $5.99 a pop. So just for the 4 pops that are coming out, it's an extra $24. Or I can have them sent to GameStop, and that's 2 free pops. I mean, if you want to look at it like that. But what I did is I got a set of pops for myself, and I got another set of pops because I know there's probably going to be a friend that needs them, or I can just turn around and get rid of them. And then I haven't looked to see how the availability of these are. Revan was sold out within a day or two. The other ones, it took a few days for them to sell out. I don't know if you can still get them or how that goes. Kylo might know more along those lines. But if you were at GameStop, you could order them online. Or you couldn't order them. I'm shaking my head no. You couldn't order them online, but you got them at GameStop. So I had a bunch of stuff that I had ordered when before COVID hit. And they're like, what do you want to do? And I was like, they're like, we can give you a gift card for the rest of it. I was like, I got the 2 sets. So I got the set for me and then an extra set for anyone that might need it. So if, no one needs it that I know, that I'll throw them up on eBay or try and, make a few bucks on them. But that's, that's not my thing, is to make money on them. But now the Revan ones, I had a bunch of money left over. I was like, just give it to me in Revans, because you can't get them online. And at the time, GameStop, a lot of GameStops weren't open. Somebody's either going to want the game, somebody's going to want the Revans. So I either have them like with the elite group to sell them or trade them to them. And when I sell them to them, I'm not going to be like $50 like the rest of eBay is going to be. Or I might just put a couple on eBay. I got 6 extra ones coming in. I might put 2 on eBay for $40 plus shipping and make the money back off of them, and then have the other ones to trade for friends, or just see what happens. Because, I'm not into the whole, scalping thing. That's not my game. But all right, let's see. So, in that bag I had, Kylo says they're only getting pre-orders. Because I had ordered, when I was a kid, my dad and I used to watch dinosaurs together. So I had ordered 2 of the baby and 2 Earl Sinclair. 1 of each for me and then 1 of each for my dad. I know he would have no idea what Funko Pops are if I told him. If I told him, like, oh, they're bobbleheads or whatever. But I sent to him, and, just because whatever. But, all right, here we go. Mr. Rez, we got a box right here. What's in the box? What's in the box? So, it's like the worst case scenario. I'm going to have some to trade or to give away. We got some shades, yo. Let's see. What are these first ones here? How do these bad boys look? How do these look? Pretty nice, pretty snazzy. I like these ones. Little blue action going on. Little blue action going on here. And then, oh, another pair. I just got a couple pair, but they're cheap. They're nothing expensive. Got some dark ones. All right, so we got blue and a black. The blue seems to be much more mirrory than the black. I guess it's kind of hard to get black to be mirrory. But, all right. Like then they have like pink ones and yellow ones and green ones and just regular silver aviators, dude. All right. The funny thing is, You guys know how I always watch a Star Wars movie whenever I'm doing this, or I always have one on the background. I have Apocalypse on right now, and they're just showing Cyclops. So that's pretty cool. All right, so we got some glasses. It just gave me this too. It says test the glasses to see a beautiful pattern. All right, let's see if you guys can see these. See this. I'll put it on there for you. Right there. And can you guys see what's on there? Pretty sweet, yo, pretty sweet. Little rag, little thing. We're gonna have to see how those are in the real world and how they work. Yeah, I think if anybody cares, I can tell you what they are. I think that they were like 10 or 12 bucks on Amazon. See, that's the thing. I can't get expensive sunglasses. I always lose them or break them. I think 2 years ago, I got like they had some like 10 pair box. Or whatever. There's 5 pair in a box, and then I got a couple other ones, and I'm down to my last pair because I break them or lose them or drop them or, I put them on top of my hat, and then I can't find them. I take my hat off, and they go flying. So I've never been one of those people that have the expensive ones. But I got this too, and it probably wasn't the best buy. I can tell you that right now. Not the best buy for it. But it was more of an impulse buy. A Mandalorian calendar, bent in half. I'll be contacting them about this. I want a new one that's not bent in half. Yeah, so this is what we got on. I don't even know who's on the back of it right now. You guys can see it, and I can't. So we're just taking a look at that real quick. And that's who we're going to have. It's a 16-month, 2021 calendar. Oh, we got The Mandalorian, IG-8, Gary Busey, Cara Dune, The Mandalorian, IG-11. I said 88, but I meant 11. You got them all together. You got Baby Yoda, Cara Dune, Gary Busey, Razor Crest, Mandalorian. Yeah. So that's good. I have to get another small calendar to put my guests on to keep them that I have on my show, so I know who's coming on when and stuff like that. Because depending on what it is, sometimes people get booked in advance by a couple weeks or a month or so. August, if it works out the right way, there's going to be a theme in August. I have quite a few people confirmed. We just got to solidify the dates. This Monday, we're going to have Alberto on from Raider Rebellion. He's going to be the featured guest. We're going to talk to him, get to know him a little bit more. Ask him some of the hard questions, like, do you prefer chocolate milk or soda? I don't know. I don't ask hard questions. I just talk to people I want to be friends with. I'm kind of already friends with Alberto, you know what I mean? Talk to him all the time. Yeah, so that's it. It's got a lot of characters on there. I was going to flip through this, but I can't get the camera action down right. And can you read that? Scum and Villainy. Case files of the galaxy's most notorious. Crime in the galaxy is a constant, whether it's seedy details made on the lower levels of Coruscant or organized crime syndicates in the Outer Rim, but how galactic law enforcement has defined those crimes has shifted with each change of power. Star Wars Scum and Villainy profiles the misdeeds of infamous smugglers, pirates, gamblers, bounty hunters, and thieves throughout galactic history. Page through the case files of 3 generations of galactic law enforcers and explore their case reports, surveillance images, warrants, artifacts, and much more in this lavishly illustrated and in-world narrated book. Introducing all new details and characters, this collection sheds new light on the galaxy's most notorious. If I was using the other camera, I'd be able to show you guys. We could talk about it, but it just starts off with a Law and Order family. 17 of my generations of my family have worn the badge. We have all sworn oaths to uphold the law and defend the fabric of society from those who would have it fray. So yeah, this talks about this, guy's family. Last days of the Republic. I definitely need you to be able to look at these. I think once I get the computer back, we'll probably go over this book a little bit more once I get the computer back. But you get some criminal intake files. We had sale on the other day. Quinlan Voss right there. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. They talk about the hierarchy of the Shadow Collective, talking about them. Boba Fett and gear analysis. Dengar, we talked about Dengar today in the show. What we got here, we got, we're talking about Zuckuss, Bounty Hunter Tools, Warrant for Han Solo. You know, and then you even have like Grumgar. Grumgar was in The Last Jedi, sitting there in Maz Kanata's castle. So. Yeah, I think like I was talking to a couple people, and I think I might do for the patrons. You know, like besides doing the like, if I go to the Jim Henson Museum, you know, maybe strapping a camera on for that, and you know, having that go for my Patreon feed, so the you know the patrons get a little something out of that, or you know, just talking about it in general, just doing whatever, you know, and then let the Patreons get that, and they can be the ones telling me where to go and what to do and what to look at, you know, and then putting it on regular YouTube or whatever for everybody else, or you know, just figuring stuff out to give my patrons a little bit more. You know, the Star Wars Archive book, the 25-pound book that broke my chair. You know, that's going to be, once I get my new computer back and I get everything set up and the tier levels going for the patrons. You know, that's going to be going the Patreon only feed, and you know, whether it's a couple weeks ahead of time, they get it before the rest of the world does, or they get to come on and talk, you know, about that book because it's kind of like a special book, you know, instead of just everybody else. I don't know, dude. You guys tell me. My patrons, we got some patrons in here, you know, stuff like that. This is Kylo's replacement.
Huh, I'm Delilah. I don't collect Funko Pops either.
You don't, Boo Boo.
No, Dad, I don't collect Funko Pops.
Who does collect Funko Pops?
Not you, not me, not Mom.
Give me kisses? No kisses? Okay. But you know, that was the plan. That was you know, get to my 1,000, get to a celebration, and then you know, do that for the patrons. But now that's kind of gone, so try and just think of some other things. You know, I use some of that celebration money to buy some more books and get some collectibles I've been holding out on, and you know, some of the more expensive books that I didn't want to spend that money on because I would rather go to Celebration and have $200 to, you know, play with than a book that I can always buy later on. Well, later on became now. I picked up a really nice book. I hope it's a nice book. Just the other day off of eBay. I paid way too much for it. I paid way more than I wanted to pay for it, but I still got it at like 25% off of the normal price, because it's a really expensive book. But you guys will see it when I open it up and play with it and show you guys and do all that stuff. So, all right, yeah. So I mean that pretty much does it for today, I think. I know Gannon was going to come on here and see what he wants to talk about. Oh, that's what I was saying too. So like with my phone, I was planning. I'm going to read all the Afro comics tomorrow. But I was going to read them on my phone. Can't do that. So now I got to read them on this computer. I was going to make a couple of videos during the day tomorrow, and then, you know, it takes forever. It takes hours to upload a 5-minute video because it's so, this notebook's so slow. I was going to record a couple videos and then, you know, edit them throughout the day and then read comics. Well, now I can't do that because if I'm going to read the comics, I have to use this computer to read the comics, and I can't run any other software or programs because it just takes way too long. It's too slow with the 4 gigabyte, you know, bullshit that it is. But we'll see. You know, maybe I can take this and use it as a tablet, and if I make sure I have all the things loaded on there, I'll just take it with me and just flip through the pages, and it should hopefully give me, you know, a little while of reading. And then, like, normally I'd say if I got to go drop it off and they have to do testing or whatever on it for the phone to see what's wrong with it, you know, there I was to come back in 2 hours, come back in 4 hours. I would just find something to do and I'd stay in the city. But now there's not a lot to do, and you know, what am I going to do? I have no phone. So, like, what am I going to go do in a city that's half locked down and whatever? So I'll just come back home, even if it's for an hour or half hour, then whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll take my headphones back to Best Buy. I'll figure something out, you know, and we'll see what's going on. That's if I don't get disowned from my family for bitching about what assholes certain members are. But, you know, what do they think is going to happen? I mean, you know, I'm going to call you out whether you're family or not. And the fact that no one understands the problem and the issues and has it, that it's whatever. I'm not even going to talk about it for right now. I mean, I'll probably talk about it again, but, you know, yeah, so. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I really think that there is, I mean, nothing's confirmed. I haven't heard anything, but, you know, just talking with a few different people and, you know, find out things that are going on and schedules and things that might be happening and people that might be doing some traveling and people that might have to be working on some things that they can't talk about, but, you know, you have enough conversations with them about what they're not allowed to talk about, and you can pick up a piece or two here and there that they try not to tell you anything, but they really do. So, you know, yeah, so keep that in mind. You know, I mean, it could be a comic book. I don't know. I don't think they're going to go the line of a cartoon. You know, I think it's going to be a Disney Plus thing, but, you know, I mean, I don't know. Just kind of taking these bits and pieces from here and there and being like, well, you know, if this person says this and this person says this and they don't know each other, but if they were related, the topics, it would make a lot of sense what they were talking about. You know, just things like that. So, yeah. Patrick, you hopping on here? Are you done eating and showering? I would like a Brie Larson interview. I think Brie Larson would be great in Star Wars. I mean, she's a Star Wars fan, which is one of the most important things because, you know, like Laura Dern is a Star Wars fan and she's sitting there going, pew, pew. You know, they got to stop. They got to tell her, stop making those noises. You know, the blasters don't make pew, pew noises. You know, you take somebody like Dominic Pace, who, you know, lifelong dream to be in a Star Wars. And he's so happy that he was, you know, he's just going out and being happy about being in Star Wars and making everybody else happy because he was in Star Wars. And they're happy because they get to meet a Star Wars actor and hang out with them. And, you know, but, you know, and then, yeah, and then other people too. But, you know, and it's like Brie Larson's going to want to go to conventions. She's going to want to hang out and talk to people because, you know, I mean, I'm just speculating from her being a fan and, you know, the way fans are and everything that, you know, that's how she's going to be. And she's going to be happy to be at Celebration. And, you know, she's going to be, yeah, when she's there signing autographs, she's making her money off of it, but she's going to have fun doing it. And, you know, it's like when you get when you're there signing an autograph and they're like, okay, next, okay, next, okay, next. And they're shuffling you through because the person doesn't give a shit about you. They just want to make their fucking, you know, you paid $100 for an autograph. They're making their 50 and Repop's making their 50 or, you know, whatever it is. And, you know, but the person actually sits there like, oh, you know, gives you the extra 5 seconds. Well, you know, that extra 5 seconds for every person you meet adds up being hundreds of thousands of dollars in a day that they're losing. You know, so it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of, you know, it's good to get fans in there. Especially when I think she'd make I don't know, who'd Brie Larson be the best as? I'd say a Jedi. Get her as I think she would make a good High Republic Jedi. Because she's just so cute. I want to see her be a little Jedi flying around. But then again, I mean, it could be a little bit of makeup on her. She'd be a really sexy Sith. But then we're not going to talk about High Republic anymore. So I don't want to see her be a stormtrooper. I don't want to see her anything like that. But yeah, we'll see. But oh, Apocalypse! Oh, they just threw some missiles out there. 40 seconds left to the end of the world. But yeah, man, you know, it's just as soon as I get my computer back, hopefully by next week I'll have, you know, my computer back and it'll be, you know, top of the line, 64 gigabyte. One of the fastest drives, 1 terabyte drives for my gaming, 1 terabyte drive for something else. I don't know what yet. I don't really know how this is going to work out. And then get like I got to see. They weren't sure when I was talking to them at Best Buy. My third drive that I can get, they told me isn't on M.2, but they have to see. They don't know if it's an M.2. I think it is. I think it's 3 M.2s. But they told me that it's at least 2 M.2s. But the third one might be a 2.5 or a 3.5. And I'm pretty sure it's not because I think the third spot is the size of a stick of gum. So and that would be an M2. But we'll have to see. So I'll put that bad boy in there, and then I'll have, you know, a full terabyte. That's, I forget what it is, but it's like the fastest at reading and writing that you can pretty much buy, unless you get to like, you know, that's the one for the couple $100 mark or $300 mark, until you get to like the six, or it goes from like $300 or $400, or it goes from like $200 to $300 or like $250 or whatever it is, up to then it goes up to like the speed doubles on that, but the price doubles on it too. And it's like, yeah, I don't need a $700 drive. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Nope. Almost there. Almost there. Nope, that wasn't it. Come on, baby. No, not Dell. That should do it. That should do it. There it is. There it is. All right. I don't know why Dell's comments on there. I didn't try and put it on there, but it is now. So. Hide that. I don't know why Dell's comment's still on there. It's not supposed to be. Hide that. I'm just all sorts of messed up here. All right. So we'll see what Packers got to say about today. And I got to figure out how to do it too. There's a way, because like I've told you guys before, Amazon runs through Twitch, that if you hook your Amazon up to your Twitch, we can do a Twitch stream party if it's an Amazon movie. So obviously we couldn't do any of the Star Wars movies, but we could do another movie. I got to figure out how to do it though. So you just line up your Twitch to your Amazon account. While you're doing that, you subscribe to me. then we sit there and watch a movie. We have our little talk, little commentary kind of thing. I'm not sure how it works just with using YouTube, but I know like somebody out there doesn't like Twitch. I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, you link up your Twitch and your Amazon Prime, and then you have Twitch Prime, which gives you the free subscription to Twitch. But if you link up in order to do like a watch party on Twitch, you need to link up your Twitch and your Amazon anyways. And if it's an Amazon movie that's on Amazon Prime for free, that's how we have our watch party for that. But yeah. So, yeah, I was planning on doing, like I talked to you guys today, I'm planning on doing another chapter of the Visual Dictionary tomorrow. But that all depends on what I gotta do. If I gotta go travel all around New York City to get a new phone, or whatever it ends up being, we gotta see. We gotta see what's gonna happen. Patrick, what's going on, dude?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Let's see if my webcam will actually stay on. It probably won't. I got it to work for Pete's broadcast last night, but it seems like it keeps wanting to cut out on yours. So I'll just leave it right here for now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I saw you. You can't come on mine, but you go on other people's. I see how it is.
No, I saw Pete was on, and Pete said, "Hey, open invitation," and Pete doesn't do open invitations very often, so I was like, "All right, I'll take him up on that offer." So we had a good time last night. Had a few good laughs. I saw you popped in the chat for a little bit.
Yeah, I was in the chat for a little while. Towards the end, I forgot it was coming on. There was a chat going on before that, and I think that one ended at the same time. Like that one ended, the other one was I was gonna hop on there. I went and did something and sat down and started watching TV and forgot. And then I was like, "Oh shit, I'm missing the chat."
Yep.
So what's going on with you, man?
Just had a long day at work. Not as bad as the last 3 days have been, but it was all right. Got one more day, and then I'm off Monday. So maybe we can roll some more Holocron House on Monday or something if you're not busy.
Yeah, we got to see how things are going with figure out phone, computer, and whatever. I mean, I can at least do the Holocron House. I don't know what's going to happen with the phone and computer and everything, so that's kind of up in the air right now. But I should be able to figure out something. And then Alberto from Radar Rebellion is going to be on as the featured guest on the Bacta tank on Monday night. And now, have you kept up with Afra?
Is the audiobook out?
No. The comic books. I was wondering if you.
The comic books, in terms of everything so far, I think so. Okay. Have they been releasing more weekly issues of the newest Afra series? To your knowledge?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I think they only had, if I remember correctly, they only put out issue 1. I read it, but I'm going to have to go back and reread it because I don't remember anything at all from it.
Yeah, because I wasn't even including that new series in my reading. I'm gonna go through Wikipedia and I'm gonna print out the list of what Afra's been in, and then read those Vader books that she was in. Just as long as I can get my hands on them, as long as they're on Comixology or whatever. And then I'm going to try and read those.
Oh, there goes my webcam again. Oh well.
There goes your camera.
But as
Hey,
you were
Ro,
saying,
thanks for
about
stopping by.
comics.
Just saying hi to Ro stopping by. Yeah, man, everything's good.
Hey, Ro.
It was funny because I talked about it earlier. Well, I just bitched and swore a bunch in the beginning of this, but because we all know me, I am a dick sometimes. But yeah, so I got that off my chest, and then a buddy of mine got a hold of me yesterday, late at night, and he's like, "Hey, I just want to know if you were up, see if you felt like talking." And I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah, I'm just having a bad day." And I was like, "Okay." And then I called him, and I sat there and I talked for an hour and a half, and he said about 4 words. He was like, "You know what? I actually feel better now." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, that's cool." But that's what it's all about.
I think you and I
Sometimes-
have like this weird same effect too. Like you're always like, "Yo, come on my show," and then by the time I get on, we end up sitting up for another hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't even on. Like, it wasn't even a show. Like, I just talked to him privately.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was like, okay. But it was just funny because he called me or hit me up because he wanted to talk. Because he had a lot of stuff going on. And he talked to me for a little while. And then I just kind of fucking talked to him. And afterwards, he's like, "You know what? I feel better." And I was like, "See? It's kind of like he was just listening to my story. It's kind of like when, you sit there and you watch a movie and you're like, wow, my life isn't as bad as I thought. Okay, I feel better now.
Yep.
So, yeah, but so depending on what happens with if I have to go into the city to get a new phone or whatever, who knows how much time that's going to take. I got all the Afras to read. That was my plan. Make a couple of videos tomorrow and read Afra.
Yep.
And while they're rendering, read, and then edit some more once it was done, and then whatever. But
let me see. Is the omnibus out for Afra yet? If not,
no, I don't think so. But they have they have them together in like graphic. I guess they'd be like graphic novels, like 1 through 6, and then 7 through 12 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because normally after a series ends, a couple of months to a year later they'll release an omnibus through Marvel, and it's basically a giant book with all of the issues, and then they'll throw in a couple extra issues to some of the other comics. Like I got the one for Darth Vader, and that is a dense book.
But that's also going to be delayed, even if it was supposed to come out now. It's going to be
Let me see here if I can figure that out for you, because I can maybe get you a date.
And I think 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 are on Comixology, and I have them borrowed. I just need to then buy or see, what the difference is between buying it and renting it or whatever you do with Comixology for the newer ones. The last 2 books, like 7 or 8 or whatever they have, or whatever it is, 6 or 7. So I can be caught up by the time Afra comes out on Tuesday morning, Monday night, depending on who you are and where you live and what you want to consider time zones and things. Well, time zones are all the same. It doesn't matter what you consider them, but it's 3 o'clock here for us, but 12 o'clock if you're on the West Coast. So for them, it's still coming out Monday night, but then it also depends too. If it's 3 or 4 in the morning and I'm still awake, I'm going to start reading it. If it's, if I'm tired, it's 12 o'clock, I'm going to go to sleep. And then when I get up at 8 o'clock, I'll start reading it. But.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of research here. I didn't know this. So if you want issues 1 through 8 plus that Screaming Citadel crossover arc with the mainline Star Wars 2015 comic, and I think they threw in 1 or 2 issues of Darth Vader with that book. That one came out back in 2018. And then everything after that issues. Oh, sorry. It starts with the Afra Annual #1. Then it goes into issue 9 all the way through issue 40. That one does not have an announced hardcover yet, but it just ended back in February. I expect that one should be out either by the end of this year or, well, if they haven't announced it yet, it'll probably be announced around the time of Celebration where it would have been. So we'll either hear about it coming out at the end of this year or early next year, probably in either the early winter or sometime later in the spring, around like Star Wars Day maybe. But
All
they
right.
do have the main that main first Afra series. There are, if you do want just the trade paperbacks, those are available. And I think that's what I got to collect the most right now is the trade paperbacks or omnibus or whatever it might be, because I've read most of them online digitally, but I need to own them for my shelf of canon, which I have yet
Yeah,
to go.
I'm not.
I own a bunch of books I haven't for yet.
I don't like digital, but I can get them all for free for digital to read.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it that way. But I mean, like I said, or I've said before, I've had Comixology for a year at least, if not longer, and I've read one.
Yeah.
I read Chewbacca on there. I don't even remember if I finished it or not. But now I'm going to read all the Afro ones and be ready for the book to come out, and we'll see what happens. I would rather. I'm not a big comic person, but maybe Afro will get me into wanting more about the comics. Or
I'll say this: are you an Indiana Jones fan?
I am.
Yeah, you're gonna like Afra.
Okay, so Ro is just stopping in here, and it's not a shameless plug. You got something special going on tomorrow, ScarifCon 2020. I was actually going to try and make it there for ScarifCon because I was like, but hop on a plane. Hop on a plane. Be there in a couple hours. I figured like I could leave on a red eye. This is my plan. Leave on a red eye. I guess leave on the first flight out tomorrow morning. So if it's like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, I'd be there at like 9 o'clock Chicago time. Get to my hotel. Drop off my stuff. Or go right to ScarifCon because I'm going for one day. What do I need? With me. I need to change of clothes. I can throw that in a bag and carry it, but it didn't happen. Just because of life and it was because of COVID. I was going to be able to go without working, so not having to worry about that and taking time off or whatever. But it just life got in the way and it didn't even come about. And then plane tickets got high. So there's always it all depends on how everything goes in life. My plan next year is to go to Ireland for my girlfriend's birthday, which is next week, but next year.
Yeah.
And then come back for a couple weeks, and then go to D23, and then come back, and then my next thing that I'm going to have is Celebration.
Which, now that it's been pushed back to 2022, there's a possible chance I may be going. If I can score tickets or somebody can help me score tickets, please let me know, because by that point, I should have enough saved up in 2 years to be able to go. And it'll be my first Celebration. I've been wanting to go since like 2014. So
Nice. You know, maybe next year I can make it for Scarif Con. I don't know. Depends on how life happens and life goes and whatever. But you know, we'll see exactly how everything works out. But dude, you know, apply for press passes. You know, that's what I told everybody, especially like New York Comic Con. I didn't apply last year for anything, but in 2018 I was thinking about applying, or was it last year that I was going to apply? No, it was last year I was going to apply, and I actually went to a New York Comic Con like meetup with like the people that were like the PR people or whoever like was running it, and wanted to hear idea. Like this was back in February. Wanted to hear ideas and stuff like that of like what people wanted and everything. You know, they're like, oh, you'll never, you know, oh, you don't have enough followers, you'll never get a press pass. You know, you don't have enough this, you don't have enough that, they'll never get you one. And then I'm there and I'm finding out from people that have press passes, people are just making shit up. Like people, they don't have YouTube channels or put anything, you know, don't have any, they're not content creators. They said they were, and nobody ever checked and they got press passes. And I was like, man, I wish I would have known because, you know, save
and
some
that's
money that way.
Repop too. So you'd probably be able to do the same thing and get away with a Celebration, I would imagine.
Celebration, I applied for a press pass this year.
Now, how does that work? Will that transfer over for your stuff 2 years from now, or are you gonna have to reapply?
I'm gonna have to reapply.
Now, did you get accepted, or did you never hear back?
I don't know. They were supposed to let us know on the 28th.
So there's a possibility you could still be in the system, but you might be just better off reapplying again.
I'm going to reapply. And hopefully by then I have a better, you know, portfolio. They always say just because you got it 1 year doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get it the next.
Yeah, if you slack off a little bit, you might not get it.
But, you know, I have, you know, a couple interviews with authors or whoever, you know, like they want 2 or 3 things. You know, so I did, you know, I had a couple interviews that I put on there. You know, but now that I'm getting, going to be getting books from DK and from Disney Lucasfilm Press, you know, that's a good start for me. You know, then I can try and get Disney, whatever the one like the Disney one is that does like the Poe Dameron book that's coming out that deals with like the kids one. You know, it's kind of like once you get one, it's easier. Or once you've dealt with a publicist, like if I would have just like there's a podcast that I know they applied for, or you know they said they applied. I don't know what they had to do to apply for it, and you know it took them like 6 or 8 months before they heard back or they got it or anything. Mine,
yeah, sometimes you just got to be patient.
The one asked me, you know, because I just kind of said, I was like, you know, well, my interview is going to have to be after the book comes out because, you know, I don't get any advanced copies.
Yeah,
and a week later, they're like,
it's like, yeah.
They're like, all right, give me your address. You're on the list now. But I dealt with them before. You know, and then this other one, I was like, hey, I know you know who I didn't say, hey, you know who I am, but I know they knew who I was. So I was just like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I was wondering if you knew who I should talk to about doing it. And they're like, that's me. You got it. And I was like, gee, thanks. You know? And so, you know, it's like, that's there. And then, you know, hopefully I can figure something out, or when, you know, I got to figure this out too. New York Comic Con tickets were supposed to go on sale, I thought, last week.
If I had to guess, it's because of the governor up there.
But like 2 weeks ago, I'm pretty sure it was unless it's like the 24th or 25th. But I'm pretty sure it already passed when they were supposed to go on sale. And
they're probably playing everything by ear, right? At this point,
when you clicked on the link, it would still say they were for sale. Now, when you click on the link, it says for 2019, but
so
they haven't said
never did
they haven't said it's canceled, and I can't find anything else about 2020 passes or badges or anything like that. So I
here's
gotta.
the deal. It's also run by Reed Pop, right? And they waited till the last minute to tell everybody whether Celebration was canceled or not because they had to meet the minimum deadline so people could get refunds on hotels and flights and whatnot. So they got a lot of pressure on them. So I imagine, when is that normal? They normally give them, what, a 3-month window or whatever, 2-month window?
It's the first week in October.
So you might not hear until August, the first week of August. And that's what, or the end of this month, they'll make the announcement whether or not they're canceled or not.
But that's the whole thing. The tickets were already on sale. Like they didn't, but they just, unless I'm missing something, then again, I'm going to be honest, I'm using this piece of shit. So it takes me 30 or 40 times as long to do something as it should. And
you check the official Twitter feed?
I was going online on their website.
Yeah, I normally try to check the Twitter feeds because they're more active.
I'll check it later on then. But, that's the other thing too. It's like, if I'm actually there, I can then talk to people, which might be a little bit more beneficial than me just sending them an email and saying, hey, I'm Michael. I'm a lot of fun. Give me free books so I can review them. And that's exactly how I would say it too, motherfuckers. No, but like.
Oh, and here's the other thing. They normally do that in the Javits Center. Which, are they still tearing that stuff down or leaving it there from when they set up the COVID hospital?
Don't know.
Yeah, that's another situation I never thought about till just now.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. They're like all the information. Like I said, unless there's something I'm missing, because it takes me so much longer to. I'm basically like I'm one step above dial-up right now with my phone or with my computer, and the fact that shit wasn't as advanced with dial-up, so it actually was better and easier to find stuff. But it took me 20 minutes today to load my Kindle reader. The only thing I had running was StreamYard. And I went to go record or to do Holocron House, and I put on my regular camera to talk for a couple minutes because it still wasn't running. Because I wasn't going to use the camera. I was going to go off my Kindle reader for it. And after like 10 or 15 minutes, I was like, okay, we'll go with the camera. And I did a page or two of it, and then the Kindle reader came up. I mean, so that's just showing you that was exceptionally long today. But, I mean, to take 20 minutes or a half hour for a program to load. Now, I know I got a lot of bullshit on there, and I have, 7,000 pages of comics on there. But still, like, it should be functioning. But that's what.
Yeah.
Dale, no, the Star Wars Anaheim is going to be 2022. So yeah, this one was canceled, and they didn't put. There's a reason they did it for not to do next year and did the year after. If it's because of D23, not really sure. Are they going to do D23? Is it going to be on the odd years we're going to have D23, and on the even years we're going to have a celebration? Is it because they were already in contract with so many people for Anaheim that because of whatever and rescheduling to keep it in Anaheim, they couldn't do it in 21. They had to do it in 22. I mean, you got to figure, these convention centers and places are rented out years in advance sometimes.
I worry about Europe too. Like, when are they going to get one? Because they haven't had one since the one in London
16.
back in 2016. Yeah, so that's already been 4 years. So, but if the earliest they would come back is 2023 for Europe, and that'll have been 7 years for the Europeans. And that's something I think about every day is, what if they can't come to the States, or for whatever reason?
But all right, so 2023 they do Europe. When are they going to do it? They're going to do it in,
London, or
a year.
Maybe go back to Germany or something.
Only going to do a year turnaround.
That's how they used to do it. Was every other year they do America and then somewhere in Europe normally.
I mean, that was only twice though, right? They did.
They've done a few back in the 2000s, back around Germany and I think a couple other different countries. If you go back in the celebration list, they've been to a couple different places all over Europe.
Dell says it's just D23. They're going to alternate the anniversary celebrations every year. I'm not sure what he means by that, but I mean, because we're getting to the point now. We're getting to the point now that, I mean, so we have what do we have in 2022 for?
Well, there's supposed to be a Star Wars film that year, but it's looking more and more likely that 2023 is going to be the earliest we'll see a new Star Wars film, because everything got pushed back in terms of production. I mean, unless they're on a strict timetable to push it out, but the feeling I got from Bob Iger was they were pumping the brakes on Star Wars movies for a little while. But I don't know. Maybe they can still meet that 2022 deadline. But if we've learned anything from Star Wars in like the terms of Solo, rushing to meet a deadline doesn't necessarily give you the most profit. So I'm sure we'll hear something. You'll see like December 2023 or something like that for the next Star Wars film, and they'll stick to their guns with Disney Plus for a little bit. But 2023, in terms of films, that will be the 50th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. Oh, sorry. 40th. Sorry.
40th.
Not 50th, 40th. I can't math tonight. And then it's probably some books and comics or something like that. That's all I can think of. Like back in the 90s or early 2000s.
And then are they going to do it every year? Or, I mean, that's the whole thing. Are they going to do it every year? Are they going to do it every 2 years? Or are they going to...
Yeah, they're going to have to figure something out.
There was a lot of people that were happy at Celebration last year in April when they said the next one's going to be next year, August, because it's like, that's an extra 6 months to save money.
And it's also a chance for there to be a little bit of breath of, gee, Celebration, like we're not going to have to rush or, take out loans or whatever to go to Celebration. Because I know that was like, some people do that to get to the con.
I mean, so it's... Yeah, that's what Dale's saying, Disney on the odd years and Star Wars on the even years, but then you miss out on the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. But then what you do for Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, I guess if there was one in 2022 at Anaheim, that would be the one for Attack of the Clones.
And that would be the 20th anniversary?
20th anniversary, yeah.
And then 2023 would be Return of the Jedi, and you skip 24, and 25 would be...
Revenge, 20th.
Revenge.
And then it would also be TFA's 10th as well.
10 years, yeah. I mean, you're getting to the point where, like, what are you going to celebrate? 10 years, 25 years?
I think
40 years?
It's called celebration for a reason. I think you should be able to celebrate it all. Bring on all the cast members.
I mean, I'm just trying to think, like, what are they going to do? Because, you know, they skip next year. Well, why did they skip? Are they always going to skip it? Or, you know, are they going to be like, well, we're going to do one, you know, in 2022, 2023. We're going to skip 24. We're going to do 25.
I wondered if what's going on. I'm assuming August next year. The reason they had to skip it is because of D23, right? Because it's in the Anaheim Convention Center in August.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Disney must have some sort of special deal, either with them or the Anaheim Convention Center. They did a really good one back in 2015. It's the home of D23. They've struck some sort of contract deal with them, maybe for 10, 15 years or something like that. So anytime they're going to do one on the West Coast, it's always going to be at that convention center.
I mean, because I wasn't at Orlando. Well, I mean, I wasn't at Anaheim either, but...
Oh, God, I wanted to be at the Orlando one because that's the closest one to me.
But Anaheim's simple. Everything's there.
Everything.
You don't have hotels or Airbnbs. I mean, you have a couple of hotels, but, you know,
And
all that...
Disneyland
All,
Street.
you know, a couple miles square radius is Airbnbs, people's hotels or people's houses, and some hotels and stuff like that. You know, where it's like Chicago. Yeah, Chicago was good, but you know, we were a half hour away or 40 minutes away, up at, you know, Chicago by the Chicago Cubs, where it was in our backyard. It was a great location, but it took a half hour, 45 minutes to get there. It depends on traffic. Could take 25 minutes. You know, that's why New York City would be great to have one, because you got the Javits Center there. And they could do cons. They do New York Comic Con there, which is one of the biggest ones. But you got a ton of hotels, but you also have a ton of places for Airbnbs. But I forget who it was that was on here, and they were like, yeah, they said where they were staying. We're like, yeah, you don't want to stay there. They're like, yeah, I know that now.
So you think it's just a situation of availability for hotels and bookings that would be a problem if New York City had one? Because then you have like people having to stay in Jersey or on Long Island or Queens or whatever.
No, I don't. If you want to spend the money, you can stay at the Javits Center, and there's plenty of hotels, especially if you know in advance that you want to be there. Or you can go the cheaper route and get Airbnbs, but depending on where your Airbnb, you know, you can be in the hood. Yeah, the pictures of it look really nice, but you find out that you don't want to be walking down the street after dark.
Dressed as Han Solo with a blaster.
You know, I got transferred to a different store before I got sick, and it was like I could either take a train to another train, and it would take me a little over an hour to get to work, and that's just the trains, because it was like 25, 30 minutes on one train, 25, 30 minutes on the other train. But it went, you know, from I walked out my house and I was at the train in 3 minutes like I normally am, and then the other train when I get off the train to go to work, I'm right at my door. Or I could take another train and be there in a half hour, but I'd have to walk for like 10 minutes. And I was told by people that work at that store and live in that neighborhood that I do not want to walk at night through that neighborhood, especially being a white guy. Which I would do, because fuck it, dude, I'm in New York City, you know. Crazier shit's happened. Oh yeah, when I first moved here, and I was fucking getting fucking blacked out drunk and shit like that, and all the time. And well, not blacked out. Obviously, I wasn't blacked out drunk because I remember it, but I got jumped twice because I was fucking leaving work, going out drinking. You know, dressed nice, looked like I got money. I'm fucking, dressed like in a fucking suit, hammered, or fucking wearing bartender clothes or whatever. I got jumped a couple of times. They never got anything from me. I got my ass kicked a couple of times though, but that's, I guess, my own fault for being fucking not being able to barely stand up, walking, trying to get on the subway. But I mean, it's not my fault, but whatever. I shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying. But like with me, kind of like, oh, should I do this or should I do that? And people are like, no, you should just spend the extra half hour or 20 minutes, taking the train, because it's probably safer for you. Especially when people that live in that neighborhood don't want to walk there themselves late at night.
Yeah.
It's like me being someone that doesn't look like I belong there. I'm not trying to say that a white person can't live in that neighborhood, but you know what I'm saying. So, imagine being like, oh, here's an Airbnb that looks cheap. Look at all this stuff around there. Oh, it's next to a hospital. Oh, this looks nice. Those are some nice pictures. That's a nice park. But what you don't understand is that nice park has dealers that are getting shot every day and murders there every day, because you don't know the neighborhood. But your Airbnb's cheap. Thanks.
Thanks. And then you don't realize that the reason it's cheap is because it's sketch.
But that's also when Chicago came around. People were like, don't stay past this street in Chicago.
Yeah.
Don't go south of here when you get into.
I saw those comments on Twitter.
Up until, New York had been pretty good. I mean, New York's, I'll be honest with you, New York has gone down since I moved here. But like I can see like the definite difference in New York with the different politicians and political climate and, the way things are, safety wise and whatnot. But it's like New York when fucking when after COVID and people were allowed out of their houses, and it was kind of a little bit of both. Like people were fucking stir crazy. Now they're going out doing their shit. It was like 3 or 4 times the murder rate after COVID, people that left their house, than it was last year for the same time. Because everybody had been locked up in their house and can't do shit, or going out to get their revenge, or doing whatever, or it's after there were riots going on, and protests, and there may have been some cops who are like, I'm not going to speed to get to your house. I'm going to drive the speed limit. You want to talk about defunding the police? Fine, I'm not going to put my siren on for you. I mean, that might be a possibility too. So people knew they could get away with shit. It's probably a combination of a little bit of all of that. So, I don't know. I'm not trying to get into a fucking politics thing here, but I mean, that's just I don't know how else to explain I don't know why the homicide rate tripled or quadrupled for the same time. Mid-July to mid-July last year. But, I mean, I can think of reasons afterwards why, but whether or not they're the reasons, I don't know. But, yeah, it's the same as like, but that's the thing with everybody knows you don't stay in South Chicago. No offense to anybody, not that anybody from, I think, South Chicago is listening here would probably take offense to it. But, you don't stay in the south side of Chicago. You don't stay past this street because this is where it's not safe. And this is where they're having 47 shootings, a weekend, and 20 people getting murdered every weekend. So don't stay there. But New York, it's like you can't say stay here and don't stay there because it can change from one subway stop to a couple blocks here and there. Like you Like, perfect example, in Park Slope, you know, where I live, or South Slope, or Windsor Terrace, or, you know, you can go a couple blocks one way or the other, depending on where you are, and it can go from being nice, beautiful, multi-million-dollar homes to houses are beat up and trashed and crappy, and you don't want to really walk over, you know. It's usually not like these 4 streets are good and these couple streets are bad and these streets are good and these streets are bad. But it's like you don't want to go to these streets. You don't want to go, you know, you don't want to go a couple streets this way. You don't want to go a couple streets that way. You know, especially with, like, if you're in Park Slope, you know, you're downtown Brooklyn right there. You know, you have multi-million-dollar houses and, you know, condos that are $20 million or $30 million apartments and shit. You know, like really expensive, nice ones. But you wouldn't know it because they just look like an office building on the outside. You know, some of them look really nice. Some of them just look like an office building. But you walk 2 blocks away, and it's like, yeah, you don't want to walk down the street by yourself. Or you don't want to even walk down the street with a group of people. I mean, so it's, you know, then you get whole neighborhoods that it's like, yeah, you don't want to be around there. So, you know, that's where New York differs, because it's so, you know, a block or 2 here or there can make a big difference. Where a lot of your other neighborhoods, it's like you don't want to go above this street or past this street. And it's like, well, yeah, you don't want to be on these 10 streets, but then you go to that 11th street and you're good again. So, yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see what Celebration has to do.
Yeah, I think Anaheim's pretty chill, it sounds like. And I mean, heck, man, if anybody hears about any sorts of, you know, deals on tickets or stuff, let me know, and I can figure out the rest in terms of, you know, like plane tickets, room and board with one of you guys or something. We'll figure something out. I'd love to crash with Michael. That would be a blast. We could chat up some Star Wars. We could have a good time. Hey, maybe we could even do a live show together.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing a bunch of live shows. You know, we'll see.
And hey, if we
you know, we'll see.
right, maybe we could, you know, catch a connector flight together or something out there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things that are, you know, the house I stayed at last year, we stayed at Echo Base, so there was like 18 of us or 20 of us. That house broke into 2 or 3 houses. So, you know, we'll have to see how that goes, and then houses, and, you know, are we going to stay in the same houses, or are, you know, podcasts change, people change, and, you know, maybe somebody's going to be, maybe Danielle's going to want to come with me next year. I doubt it. But, you know, maybe Danielle's not going to want to come. I offered before for this year if she wanted to come, and she was like, no. I was like, well, you don't have to go to Celebration. You can go do your own thing. It's just a place for you to stay. Knowing that she would have to go to Celebration because everybody else is going to be there and whatever. But, you know, I don't know. You know, it's 2 years away. A lot can happen in 2 years. Not like I think people aren't going to be friends. Not like I'm saying people aren't going to be friends, but maybe somebody we're going to stay in the house with, you know, their kid's going to be older and want to go, or, you know, they're going to have a boyfriend and girlfriend that they're going to want to bring, you know, so that changes the sleeping arrangements or whatever. But yeah, man, we'll figure it out. There's always a bunch of people and enough friends, and you know, there was a couple people last year at Celebration that, you know, plans fell through, and then a couple weeks before it was time to go, they didn't have anywhere to stay, and somebody's like, well, I got a room with 2 beds, you know, and it's only me, so why don't you guys come stay with me? And you know, they became friends that way, because it was somebody from one podcast and somebody from another podcast, and they just had, you know, it was one of the listeners, and it's like, hey, you know, why don't, you know, whatever. But Trevor Beast in the house. Trevor said crashing with Michael does sound fun, because I am a lot of fun. You know, Just ignore the first half hour of the stream today, where all I did was bitch and moan and get disowned by my family.
But yeah, man, we'll talk some details. We'll figure some stuff out over the next year or so. We'll make some magic happen, and hopefully we can see we can all see each other in Anaheim. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, because as soon as you got to think about it this way. Like, I don't know what your finances are. I'm not trying to be a financial planner for you or whatever, but if you can put away $10,
your finances can change, really quickly in 2 years too.
If you put away $10 a week,
which is easy.
That pays for your ticket. That pays for your airfare, and that pays for your housing.
Yep.
Which means you then have to worry about, which still is expensive, food and toys. But that is up to you on what you want to do. You can change very easily what that is. Oh, Trevor, no. One of my family members was an asshole on social media, so I called him out for it. And then other people in my family didn't appreciate the language I used. When one person in particular was an asshole and, threatened to throw in my face that I have family secrets and they've been there for me and shit like that or whatever. And it's like, I think everybody on here knows I don't drink anymore and do drugs anymore because I had a drinking and drug problem. I've talked about having mental illness, so I don't know what other things you're going to talk about. That are going to be family secrets that I care about because I'm open about that shit. So, this is my therapy. Talking to you guys is therapy. It's usually Star Wars. It just happens to be that, people got pissed off, and then other people are pissed off, and then people I expected to get involved in it didn't get involved in it. Probably because they knew I was right. Because everybody was missing the point of, people were mad at me for what I said and saying it on Facebook. Because now everybody can read it. And it's not the fucking Leave It to Beaver family. People can see that and read it. Because it's like, my sister called me and said, you need to erase that right now or delete that right now. Not any other thing. Why did you say that? You shouldn't talk like that, but you need to delete it. So you delete it, then we can figure out the problem. Well, no. There was a reason that I talked like that to someone, and I swore at someone because they were being an asshole, and I told them to stop, and they wouldn't stop, and they kept going. Like, that's what the issue was. And then it was, well, it's a difference of opinion. No, it wasn't a difference of opinion. I was talking about science, and you're talking about politics. They're two completely different things. And you want to keep going with your bullshit, and you got called out for it, and then you got fucking upset. Well, I'm sorry that you got upset, but maybe you shouldn't be an asshole. Mm-hmm. And why does no one else see a problem with the fact that he was being an asshole, but because I told him to fuck off, I'm the asshole? So, just, whatever, dude. And then you're going to throw it in my face. We've been there for you before. Well, yeah, that's what family does. But they don't throw it in your face. They don't keep score. Well, we did this and this and this for you. You've never done anything for us. Or, they didn't say that. They didn't say we've done this and this. They just said, we've been there for you whenever you need it, and this is how you treat us. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but telling somebody to fuck off when they're being an asshole, I would do that to anybody, whether it's family or not. And I expect someone to do it to me. I'd expect someone to do it to me. And it has been done to me by friends and family. And it's always happened, though, with a difference of opinion. when they don't agree with your opinion and they think you're just being an asshole. You know, but this wasn't an opinion. That's what everybody was missing. It wasn't an opinion thing. It's not like we were having a political conversation, didn't agree. I was talking about fucking science and wearing masks, and you know, it's all because somebody posted the meme. We know the risks of eating cookie dough. We know the risk of COVID. Now leave us alone, or something like that. It was, I don't even remember what it was. It was something like that. And I was like, there's a big difference. Eating cookie dough is going to make you sick. Not wearing a mask for COVID can make your neighbor sick or kill them or cost billions of dollars because you won't put on a mask. And then it was like, oh, politics and this and that. I was like, no, I'm not talking about politics. Like, I'm talking, you know, just like be a decent fucking human being. But for some reason, I'm the asshole because I said fuck you after like 4 times of saying cut it out. This isn't whatever. And then they were making jokes about it and, you know, whatever. And then I get phone calls. You gotta delete that. Fuck you too then. Like, hi, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in 6 months, but that's okay. But still, no one sees the. You know, I can't say no one sees the problem. The 2 people that were being vocal about it, only cared because it was in print for everyone to read. You know, delete it now. Not why would you talk like that? So, you know, which just goes to show you what's wrong here. You know, and then throwing it back in my face. We've been there for you. Like, don't. I'm gonna stop before I regret this and embarrass you. Like what? Like what are you gonna do? Like what are you gonna say? And
yeah, stuff you already know about yourself. I guess they're trying to embarrass you back, and it's like whatever. It's like that's in the past, man.
Like, and it's not like, oh, you don't watch my show, so you don't know, or you don't watch me talk about it. It's like, you know, like that's what I was saying in the beginning of it. I swore a lot more and bitched a lot more about it in the beginning, but you know, like you're gonna tell people I have mental illness, okay? You know, I'm bipolar, which usually is a genetic thing, which you might not have it, but someone else in the family probably does, or aunts and uncles probably do, or you know, other family members probably do, or have some kind of illness along those lines. You know, even if it skips a generation or 2, or you know, doesn't skip a generation, but it skipped you personally. You know, or maybe you have it and are embarrassed and don't want to talk about it because of the stigmatism that comes with it. Well, you know, that's what I got, dude. Nothing I can do with it. There's a fucking chemical imbalance in my body, and if I don't take medicine, you know, I go crazy, or crazier than I already am. You know, however you want to put it. So, like, if me talking about it makes me feel better, it maybe helps somebody else out. Like, if I wouldn't have talked about this before, probably the person that, you know, talked to me yesterday would have never called me. And would have been in a fucking bad mood or bad thing or bad time or, you know, whatever. Not saying that anything bad would have happened to them. But you know what I mean? It's like, and there's other people I know in our community that deal with it or suffer with it. And they're the same. They're like, you know, if you need to call me. Like, why am I going to be like, oh no, this isn't me. Oh no, who cares if people find out about it? Like, there's, you know, that might have been what the stigmatism was, you know, 20, 30 years ago, even 5 years ago. But, you know, and that's what the problem is. Like, I would rather people know that I have to take medicine because my brain has a problem, just like people take medicine because their heart has a problem or their lungs have problems, or they're diabetic, you know. If you're diabetic and you don't take your medicine, you're probably going to fucking die from diabetes. If you have mental illness and you don't take your medicine, you might not die from it, but it's going to be kind of close to it, depending on what happens. Or, you know, it could be, who knows? But it's not going to be a happy, healthy life, you know? So, yeah, and that's all it was. And then it was just the fact that, you know, it was done and over with. And then they keep talking about it. Well, I'm done talking about this. Well, no one invited you to get in the conversation anyways. You decided to join the conversation. So then you decide to join the conversation and tell me how much drama you have in your life you can't get involved. Then why did you just get involved? You chose to get involved. By doing that, you chose to get involved. You know, but nobody sees that. It's my fault for causing a problem. Well, you know, I don't know. It's not like I haven't told pretty much everybody else before at some point in my life to fuck off when I've gotten mad, because that's how I talk. That's how I am. If you piss me off, I don't really get pissed off, but if you piss me off to the point, I'm not going to be like, well, you know, you've really upset me now. Because people that usually say you really upset me now say that all the time. Me, I just kind of don't care, don't care. And when I tell you to stop, please stop. And when I have to tell you 3 or 4 times, you're going to be told to fuck off. Like, that's just the way I am. That's the way I've always been. You've always been there for me. You should know that. You know. And, you know, that was the other thing. I was like, this, all they would have had to do is say I was sorry, you know, that they were sorry, and this would have been over with. He doesn't owe you anything. Okay, once again, you're getting involved in it. Nothing to do with you. But you're bringing it up, and I'm saying how it could have ended. But you want to keep talking about it and bring it up. But, you know, this is a 6-hour fucking Facebook 100 comment thread thing, all because you need to stop. Well, stop fucking saying bullshit, and everything will be fine. Well, yeah, so, I mean, yeah, Trevor, is that why you think it's going to be fun to stay with me? Let's get a house together and do some celebration. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. They either get over it or they won't.
Yeah, or they won't. So,
you know, and then if they don't, it sucks. But
so back to Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah, that's what
stuff go today, man. I caught a little bit of it at work when I was on your chat, but you were going over the Kajimi stuff in the visual dictionary.
Yeah. I have a couple more pages of Kajimi to go, and then that's done. I think I have 8 pages left to go. I just want to keep going. Number one, Alberto was starting, and I wanted to go to his stream, and it would have been, you know, another 30, 40 minutes probably to finish up Kajimi, and I would just rather do that tomorrow or now, whenever the hell I fucking do anything again in life. But so yeah. And then that takes us to page 100 and probably 100 and what did I start on today? I started on 130. I did 10 pages. I'm probably on 140 now. That's going to bring us to almost 150. So there's probably 40 or 50 pages left. So another 4, and I'll be done with that one. And then by then, I mean, it's the 17th. So even if I do one every 2 days for that, that's another week. Then I'm going to be out of town the 28th, 29th, 30th, 1st, something like that. I don't know. When are we leaving? Woman. 29th.
29th.
So the 20th and 1st, I'll be gone. But by then, hopefully, everything will be perfect with my computer. If I don't have my computer by then, I'll be fucking pissed. I'll be like flipping tables over and shit at Best Buy.
How long
really.
Take to do Best Buy replacements?
They told me it'd be 2 to 3 weeks. I took it to them on the 25th. On the 27th, so they took it on the 25th. On the 27th is when they looked at it. And then a day or two later, they called me to tell me they had to ship it to Best Buy Real Computer Land Fixers. On the 10th, Real Computer Land Fixers said they received it. If that means they received it like they took a look at it, I don't know. I've called Best Buy the last couple days and just been on hold forever. With Geek Squad, not even talking to anybody, so I've just hung up. Trying to figure out what was going on because they told me 2 to 3 weeks, and yeah, we're at 3 weeks now. So, is it going to be another week or two, or is it going to be another 2 or 3 weeks? Because they have to. So they have to send it to. They have to send it to Best Buy Super Fixer Center, and then they take a look at it and figure out what's wrong with it. Then they have to get the parts for MSI. So they have to tell MSI what they want. MSI has to send them the parts. Then they have to fix the computer, then send it back to Best Buy. And then once it gets back to this Best Buy, they need to put the memory and the drive in there and then give it back to me. So, I have no idea because, is them saying that it's checked in mean that they have it and they looked at it and they're just waiting for stuff, and the next notice I get from them is that it's been shipped back to, my local store? Or does it mean that they have it, but they haven't even touched it yet?
Yeah, that's a weird situation.
But I'll, if I got to go into the city tomorrow, I'll be by that Best Buy. I'll swing by and see what they have to say. But then hopefully I should, by then, I need my computer back so I can try and get just stuff set up. So, I can try and get an Amazon store going on, and I can try, just to get a couple other regular things set up that I need. And, sorry, boo-boo. Don't get so mad at Dad.
You moved me, Dad, you son of a bitch.
Delilah, be nice. Sorry, Dad.
She's a good dog.
And just, she's the best little puppy in the world, except for all the time when she's not. She's horrible. She barks at everybody and everything, and like half the time she's barking at it because, like, if she sees somebody, she barks at them because she wants them to pet them. And I can tell the difference in her bark, but they can't, so they just think she's being a fucking bitch. When I'm like, no, she's just trying to say hi to you. But it's like we have our neighbor. They have a dog that's about her size. I think it's a Min Pin too, but it's gray instead of black. But if the dogs behind their gate or behind their fence, which both dogs can fit through the fence if they want to, they're fine with each other on the side. They sniff each other. They hang out next to each other or whatever. But if the other dog's outside the fence and they're both on the sidewalk, they bark at each other and they don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just weird. It's like, oh, hey, you're in your house, even though I can walk into your house and see you. Okay, we're fine. But wait, you just came outside, so now we're gonna bark at each other. So yeah, it's just, like leaves blow by and she barks. If somebody puts a TV out for garbage, she barks at the TV because it's not supposed to be there. Like, it's just not normal. What's that?
She knows where the TV belongs.
Yeah, I sell it for crack, Delilah. Sorry, Dad.
So yeah, it's just like there's a bunch of stuff I want to try and do, but I gotta wait for my computer because I can't do it with this. Like, I'm 3 episodes behind on turning the Bacta tank into a podcast because I can't download it and edit it and upload it. It would take days. Like, literally, it would probably, it would literally take me days if a 5-minute or 7-minute video or, whatever it is, takes me a couple hours to turn from that to a file so I can upload it to YouTube. What's going to take for me to download the file from YouTube, edit it, turn it from a MP4 to an MP3, and then put it online. It's gonna take me all week, and then I can't use the computer for anything. So it's like it's like downloading, like I said, dial-up. It's like downloading that 2-minute video or trailer or whatever. That took you all. You went to bed, it was started downloading, and it was done the next morning when you woke up. I'm not much better off than that. Hey, boo boo, why are you punching Dad in the face? But then like try and get the Amazon store set up, and then have my buddy work on my website for me, because I got the website all up and going, but my website sucks. Like, it looks okay, but it's a picture of the TooMedToo Star Wars Network, and there's a place to sign up, so I have your email address, and that's it. And I have a couple social medias on there. I think I have YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, maybe. One of them maybe I don't have. I don't know. But I want to be able to put Patreon on there. I want to be able to put Instagram on there. I want to be able to put this and that on there. There's nowhere for me to put it because the templates they give you don't do it. Like, I could put my LinkedIn account on there, but I don't need a LinkedIn account. I need Instagram, and I can't substitute it. It would say LinkedIn, so it's not going to say Instagram. I can put my Instagram account on there, but everybody is going to think it's LinkedIn. So what's the point of even doing that? It was just it was GoDaddy, and I explained to the person what I needed, and it wasn't at all what I needed. So now it's just sitting there and not being used. But I want to have it. I'm going to have my buddy do it for me, but I want to have it where it's like that. And then, I want to have an Amazon store. So there's a link to an Amazon store and maybe another store. So it's like, here's some stuff I have if anybody wants to buy it, because I don't want to put my shit on eBay. You know what I mean? Or there's really no point for me to put a $5 pop on eBay for $15.
Nope.
Because it's going to be $5 for the pop and then $5 or $6 to ship it. You're at $10 right now.
Yep.
I'd rather just be like, here's a list of my stuff. Give me a message if you're interested. I'll tell you how much it is, and maybe get a couple things together, or a couple, just whatever. You know what I mean? Just like stuff like that, and then have my have the Bacta tank every. You can click on it there, which takes you to whatever it is, Podbean or Apple Store or Apple Play or whatever, or click on the video and it takes you automatically to YouTube, the YouTube page or whatever. I can't do any of that stuff with what they gave me, with the way they have it set up. And then they told me GoDaddy was very nice. I mean, like, they weren't. Well, the person that sold to me was an idiot. But it's like I can get it's like $10 cheaper. Get the software to do it, and they'll actually teach me how to do it with the courses or whatever. But I just need somebody to do it for me, and then I can learn afterwards. Like, I don't have time to build an entire website and learn how to do it by watching courses like that. I mean, I probably could have by now with all this time I've been off, but they were going to build it for me for $2,000. And I was like, you understand? Like, this is a hobby I have. Like, I don't want to spend $2,000 for a website that I will never recoup my money off of. It's very simple what I want, but I can't do it myself. I need, a page that says, hi, how you doing? This is who we are. And then, a page that does this, and then another page where you can click on a couple things that sends you to different links. Very basic. I don't need all this shit like you're talking. And that was for them to maintain it for me also. So if I needed something, I contact them and they'd fix it for me. Or for like $1,200, they'll just build it for me and then it's mine. It's like, once again, you guys are missing the point. Like, I spent way too much money on it for what I want and what I need it for. I don't want to spend $1,200 just so people can be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like, this isn't a money-making thing. This isn't a business. This, you know, it's just kind of where all my shit can come together in one spot.
Exactly.
Is what I need. And I don't want to pay you fucking, you know, the $500 I already paid you plus another $1,200 to do it, you know. But, you know, that's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. It's just what it is. But did you see my you weren't here.
What did I miss?
Are you looking at the camera?
Oh, I heard you have magnets and stickers now. I didn't see that one, but I did see the other magical one that you showed earlier. The one a lot of people don't know about. No, not that. Of a certain reoccurring character on your show. Dagos. Delilah the sticker. That's the one. That's the one I saw.
It's a magnet.
Oh, magnet. Okay, I want to order 50.
These are all magnets.
You definitely need to get them as sticker forms, and because stickers work really good if you're doing giveaways.
I do have stickers. I have a bunch of
I
stickers.
I know Pete does a ton of those, and I think TRB does them as well.
Oh yeah, I have a ton of stickers.
I would love to eventually start like one of those walls, like a lot of people have now, where they just go around collecting all the different stickers and stuff from different podcasts.
Rez has one.
Yo, Rez, hook me up, man.
Rez has a really nice one.
Oh, board, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rez, if you bought it off a website, shoot me the link. I'll check it out, or some similar ones, and I'll figure something out.
Oh no, I mean his board. He's got a really nice board with all stickers on it.
I'm just saying, did he build it?
Oh, the board itself, I don't know. I don't know what he did with the board. It's just got all the different stickers. His stickers are really nice.
Yeah, shoot me some recommendations, Rez. I want to see.
Sticker board. The stickers on his board are really nice, I guess I should say.
I might have seen his board at some point scrolling through Twitter. I'm sure I have. And I know Lacey Gillerin from TRB has a really nice board as well.
But yeah, I was gonna get I got some stickers. I was gonna mail them out to Patreon or patrons and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I got a couple of people I want to mail stickers to. And it's like, oh, I got a couple more stickers now that I want to put out. And it's like, oh, I got a couple of magnets now. So now I'm just trying to figure out, like, I have stickers. So it's like, do I want to just randomly send stickers, or do I want them to be like, everybody gets these stickers for now, and these other stickers are put in reserve? And then once I have my cheer set up, if there's anybody in the they're not going to be sticker packs. They're going to be stem packs, because there's going to be more than just stickers in there.
What?
Yeah, there's going to be other merch and stuff that go in the stem packs. Anybody that's in that tier, it's going to be just like see that's the other thing I got to figure out too. It's like, this is what so my tiers. I don't have tiers right now, but people have made their own tiers. I have somebody that gives me when I say somebody, I mean there might be more than one person in this. But somebody gives me $1 or $2. Somebody gives me $5. Somebody gives me $10. Somebody gives me $20. So it's like, okay. And because you have to understand, like, the $10 one, I don't get all $10 out of that. I get $6 out of that $10 or whatever, because they take their cut. So yeah, even though you're giving me, whatever, which I appreciate. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm getting $36 out of it every 6 months, not $60 out of it every 6 months. So it's like, if that $10 one is my, my sticker one, because I'm giving you $10 worth of stickers, I mean, yeah, you spent a lot more money than for the top, but you know what I mean? It's like if you break it down like that, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So like if like that's what it is, and then the $20 one is, you know, the T-shirt. So you get the stickers every 6 months, and then every 6 months you get a T-shirt. You know, so you're getting, you know, extra stuff on top of that. So instead of the $10 one, you know, for an extra $10 a month, you're getting a T-shirt out of it, which is an extra $60 a month. But you know, I'm actually only getting an extra 30 something out of it, so I'm actually only making another $20 off of you, you know, or off of what you're giving me. So it's like, you know, just because I've told people the price, like what I'm thinking, and they're like, well, that's a lot. It's $120 for a T-shirt and some stickers. I mean, they can just give me fucking $120 every 6 months if they want, and I give them my Venmo account, and that's fine. You know, it's just easier through Patreon because it comes out of your bank account every day. But you know, yeah, anybody that's in my Patreon just wants to give me fucking cash, that's fine, dude. Mail it to my house. I'll give you my fucking Venmo. But then you have to remember to do it every fucking month, because if you don't, I'm going to be like, hey, you forgot to do it. Like Pete from Jan Jam's Mission, he signed up for my Twitch through his Amazon account. And I'm like, hey, Pete, just so you know, you forgot to renew it. Pete, you forgot to renew it. Pete, you forgot to renew it. Because it doesn't renew every all the time. You have to physically renew it yourself on Twitch. And if nobody goes on Twitch, nobody uses Twitch. Or if you don't use Twitch, you never know. And look at Dale saying stamps are now 55 cents. And that's if it's a 1 ounce package. You know, a couple stickers and a couple of magnets might not be an ounce anymore. It might cost me 2 stamps. Or like the one that's going out for my patrons, there's something in there that's not bendable, so it can't go in an envelope. I had to go buy special small bubble envelopes, and you know, those were 75 cents each. And I'm not trying to be petty, but it's like that 75, you know, so that 75 cents, you know, plus the stickers, plus the magnets, you know, that shit, you know, every couple dollars adds up. So, but yeah, dude, like I appreciate everybody just for even coming and hanging out with me and talking with me. People that can do more. That's great. People that can or don't want to, that's fine too. You know, but I gotta check and see. I think I have a magnet that's supposed to be. I thought I had a magnet being made. That I have stickers made for already, and that's going to be my first T-shirt for my TeePublic store. And the only people that are getting this sticker right now and this magnet are the patrons. Patrons. Nothing special, just they're the first ones to get it, and the first ones that are, you know, it's gonna be going out. And then when they get it that in a couple of days, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is a cool sticker." And I'm gonna be like, "Here's my TeePublic store. Check out, go buy the shirt." You know, and I can make my $1 off the fucking shirt because you don't make any money off of merch, dude. Like the only way I make money off of merch is, like I said, if I had like my own merch store or whatever, and I was like, or you know, on the website, and you know, I was like, here's a sticker, they're $1. Here's a magnet, they're $3. Like that's the only way that you're still. I mean, you got to think about it. How many people are friends of mine? How many people follow me? How many people actually want a sticker that I haven't given them to them already? Or, you know, certain ones that I'm not going to give out to people, or you have to be a patron to get it. You know what I mean? Once I start passing the shit out. So, you know, it's like, who wouldn't pay $500 for this magnet right here?
Dan, I'm worth more than $500.
I know you are, boo-boo. But, you know, Well, Dale, I've also learned that you can't send shit first class. Because, like, a Funko Pop, if I'm going to mail you a Funko Pop, even if I mail it to my next door neighbor, it's going to cost $7 or $8. If I'm mailing it to, well, see, then it depends where you're mailing it to, because, like, it's like $7.49 if I mail it to, like, my neighbor. It's like $7.95 if I mail it to Florida. It's like $9 if I mail it to California. It's like $11 if I mail it to Idaho, because nobody takes shit to Idaho. But you just got to put it in a box and make sure it's under, I think, 12 ounces.
Oh,
And then it's only like $4.50 or $5, which it doesn't sound like a lot, that extra $2 or $3, but if I'm mailing a couple things, it ends up being a lot. Like when I send out the stuff to my patrons, one of them's getting a Funko Pop, also, and that's going to cost an extra $8 to mail the Funko Pop with the other shit, and somebody did some work for me as a friend and did some stuff for me, so I'm sending them a Funko Pop, and somebody else in Europe, I'm sending them a Funko Pop. That's going to be $25 fucking dollars to send them a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Just like I sent somebody in Australia a Funko last year, and it was like $20 or $25. So, it's like what's that?
I got to bounce off for the night. I didn't realize what time it was already.
Yeah, I gotta go too. I got shit. I got to. I slept in today, man. I was up until 4 or 5 in the morning, and I usually still get up at 8 or 9, anyways. But I woke up; it was 11:15, and I was like, "Sweet."
Yeah, I think you and I woke up about the same time.
That's very romantic.
All right, man. I'll hopefully hit you up on Monday. We can maybe make something happen. And just really enjoyed being on the show tonight and hanging out with you and talking with chat. It's been fun. But like I said, Rez, hit me up about that board if you can tell me where you got it. I'd love to go ahead and start, because I've got some BSR stickers from the Black Series Rebels guys, and Pete sent me some stuff a while back I need to stick on and make some magic happen. So yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, man. All right, I'll talk to you later, bro.
Have a great night.
Peace. But yeah, I mean, that's like I was talking about the Funko Pops earlier. I think tomorrow. Oh, today's Sunday, the 19th. So Monday, the 20th. They go out, but it takes up to a week for them to go from the warehouse to GameStop. It takes 4 to 5 days for them to come to my house. So I could pay an extra $5.99 a Funko Pop to get them a couple days earlier. But I mean, just the 4 Funko Pops for the set that's coming out, that's $24. That's 2 more Funko Pops. If you want to look at it that way, or a new Black Series figure. Am I going to have the video made that day like everybody else? No. It'll be made a couple days later. But, it's not like I'm a big channel that it's going to make a big difference if I make the video the day it comes out or 3 or 4 days later. I'm going to get the same number of views because people are, you know, if you're subscribed to the big channel, you're going to watch that big channel anyways. Do the review for the, you know, the book or the Funko Pop or the Black Series. You know, me, I'm getting people that watch my channel regularly watch it, and then maybe a few stragglers here and there. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me too. It's 1 a.m. here, and I got to figure shit out for the morning with phone life. It's all Patrick's fault. I'm yawning now. But I'm waiting for Danielle to see these. And I don't know how she's going to feel about it. But that's how it is now in this house. Psst. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, though? No. Yeah. Aren't I the best doggy dad in the world? She has her own, listen, she's got her own stickers and her own magnets. She's a fucking celebrity dog. So, yeah. Delilah stickers are $1 a piece plus shipping. Delilah magnets are $5 a piece plus shipping. Delilah, you can have her for free.
What?
And then don't forget the nubbies. Nobody knows Nubs. Nubs hasn't been around for. She went to doggy heaven a couple days before Christmas. But I still got her. I still got my baby. My other baby too. I got her. She got some stickers and some magnets too. So, all right, yeah. I think that's gonna do it for today. Today's very cathartic. I feel, you know, not that anybody's gonna watch this, but if they do, they'll never talk to me again. But I feel better in my soul. You know. Yeah. Cool, man. With that, it's a good day. May the force be with you. Always. And I forgot, it's never going to turn off here. It takes forever. How long is it going to take?